From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Monday, July the 8th, 2019. 5 IDF soldiers were injured this weekend when a Palestinian deliberately rammed his vehicle into them in the West Ridge, commonly known as the West Bank. The incident took place Saturday night near the Chizmeh security checkpoint while the soldiers were on an operational mission. 2 of them suffered moderate injuries, 3 light injuries. The terrorist fled the scene but was apprehended at another checkpoint within a few hours. A drone from Gaza was shot down by Israeli forces after it infiltrated Israeli airspace early this morning. The IDF said IDF troops spotted the drone entering from the Gaza Strip. The drone was shot down by IDF soldiers and it has been sent for investigation. Also today, the Israeli military said it found another terror tunnel from the southern Gaza Strip infiltrating Israeli territory, said to have been uncovered during the construction of an underground security barrier being built around Gaza. The IDF said at this time, IDF soldiers are conducting an investigation of the passage. More information will be provided shortly. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu addressed his cabinet yesterday after Iran's announcement earlier of enriched uranium. The Prime Minister posted his remarks in English on social media, calling on Europe's leaders to take action.
Iran has violated its solemn promise under the UN Security Council not to enrich uranium beyond a certain level. The enrichment of uranium is made for one reason and one reason only. It's for the creation of atomic bombs. The leaders of the P5+1 promised and committed themselves to snap back sanctions the minute Iran did that. It just did. Where are you?
U.S. Special Representative for International Negotiations Jason Greenblatt told Palestinian daily Al Ayam that the White House was deciding whether to release the U.S. peace plan before or after the Israeli elections in September. Also explaining that the White House wants to speak to ordinary Palestinians about the plan, saying one idea would be potentially inviting Palestinian journalists to the White House or maybe somewhere more neutral and have our team make presentations directly to the Palestinian media and have Palestinian media be able to see and explain to the people what the plan is all about. The Jerusalem District Court made a dramatic ruling today stating that both the Palestinian Authority and the PLO, the Palestinian Liberation Organization, bear responsibility for 17 terror attacks that took place during the Second Intifada, which was a 4-year wave of Palestinian terror from 2000 to 2004, with over 130 suicide bombings in Israeli cities. The court ruling covers 17 of those attacks and allows for victims and their families to sue for damages from the Palestinian groups for providing finances and weapons that were used in the attacks, amounts which could reach hundreds of millions of dollars. Shurat Hadin Israeli Law Center founder and president Nitzana Darshan-Leitner, who represented the families in the case, called the court decision a historic victory. Meanwhile, Palestinian Media Watch said the Palestinian Authority's spending for 2019 so far shows an increase of as much as 11.8% in stipends that are paid by the PA to Palestinian terrorists who are imprisoned or who have been released from prison. Leaders of the Conference of Presidents of Major American Jewish Organizations, Chairman Arthur Stark and Executive Vice Chairman CEO Malcolm Hoenlein, said in response to the report, at a time when they are cutting salaries of Palestinian Authority employees, they are increasing the amounts set aside to those who murder and wound Israelis, urging other countries to join the U.S. and Israel, who have withheld funds to the PA until they end the so-called pay-to-slay practice. The U.S. Department of Justice is holding a summit on combating anti-Semitism next Monday, July the 15th. Topics being addressed are set to include combating anti-Semitism while respecting the First Amendment, anti-Semitism on campus, and prosecuting hate crimes. Award-winning Broadway director and lyricist Martin Charnin has died. Charnin is best known for creating Annie, for which he won the Tony Award for Best Original Score. He actually began as an actor, making his Broadway debut playing a jet in the original West Side Story. Charnin passed away on Saturday. He was 84. Archaeologists believe they have found the city where a young and not yet king, David, was said to have taken refuge from King Saul. A joint expedition led by Professor Yosef Garfinkel, head of the Institute of Archaeology at Hebrew University of Jerusalem, also including researchers from the Israel Antiquities Authority and Macquarie University in Sydney, Australia. They have been excavating the area in the Judean foothills since 2015, which they now say is the famous biblical city of Ziklag. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Monday, July the 8th at 7 o'clock. It's The Wisdom of Dr. Ruth. At 7:30, a panel on human geography of Israel from 1947 to 1952. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with Benjamin Anthony and Brigadier General in Reserve Amir Avivi, who want to replace the two-state solution with the new state solution. At 10, renowned professor of Holocaust Studies Deborah Lipstadt talks about her latest book, Antisemitism Here and Now, with writer Barry Weiss. And coming up right after this newscast, it's the Jewish world. And that's the JBS News Update for Monday, July the 8th, 2019. I'm Teisha Bader.